Well, it's a glorious afternoon in Banff, Alberta, one of the famous peaks of the Rockies. And the fall colors are almost gone just after Thanksgiving. But look at the cloud formations, unbelievable. I'm not sure if that's a Chinook moving in or a cold front, but spectacular clouds. So I'm in City Park in Banff. An amazing day today. And here's part of the Bow River. In the winter time, this area is flooded over. So I should say frozen over. And everybody goes skating on this frozen waterway. It's really fun. And then they warm up with bonfires and hot chocolate along the shoreline. It's a great mountain activity. And that brown spot on the hill in the distance there is part of the ski hill Norquay across from Banff town site. And along this river is a beautiful walking trail. People jog, walk their dogs. And I'm gonna go tour downtown. Here's another view of Rundle Mountain. It's famous for its knife edge, its sharp edge on the flank there. And you can hike all the way to the top. And at the other end of town, there's Cascade Mountain. It's always looming over the town site, summer and winter. So I'm in City Park, and now we're going to head to the main street of Banff, and Cascade overlooks the whole town site area. This is a lovely park. It's got great facilities, washrooms, and it's free parking along the river where I just showed you. In the summer though, it gets very crowded, and often you have to park outside of the town and take a shuttle bus in, just because Banff is so popular. But because it's off season, it's not as crowded today. It's too bad the clouds moved in. It was quite sunny when I arrived. The weather changed quite quickly. And here's a community building. Libraries in here, senior center, parent center. So it's a really lovely community here. Such an alpine atmosphere, just like in Switzerland or anywhere in the Alps. And there's Cascade Mountain again, as I said, flanking the town at the other end there, and this is the main street. The White Museum of the Canadian Rockies is famous for all the local books it sponsors, local artists, paintings, and history books of the Rockies. The Rockies were developed by Swiss mountaineers in the early 1900s, and some of the lodges in the Rockies were built in the early 1900s by the mountaineers for tourism. And they're still there, wooden buildings preserved very nicely. You can still stay in some of them in the back country. I've stayed in some of them when I've been skiing. And there's a local canoe upside down with a bear under it. Very clever. It's a sculpture, and you can see the legs are just made with cage and little round sawed off pieces of wooden. Another piece of sculpture, a grizzly bear. All right, here's the entrance. It's $10 for adults, $9 for seniors, students and locals $5. See a picture of the Swiss climbers there. It's worth it when you come to Banff to go in. Unfortunately, it's closed right now, so I can't take any videos of it for you. Here's a view of the town site from the steps of the museum. There you see the canoe and an old church building in the background there, and some peak in the very background. There's always something interesting to see. Look at those cloud formations now. I just happened to look back behind me. Amazing. And there's the town hall with that interesting looking roof. Now this building is designed to look like the Swiss Alps. It's one of the older buildings in Banff. With a clock tower even. And it's now no cars on it. That's new. I haven't been here for a while. And usually cars have been on here. Now it's pedestrians only, which is fantastic. And there's a really good shot of Cascade Mountain and that patch. In the summer season, this area is packed. You would see just tons of people up and down the street, and you got all kinds of restaurants. It smells so good. I don't know what I'm smelling, but there's some old buildings there, brick. You can see the mountains in the background there. And the roadway goes along those mountains towards Banff Springs Hotel, which I'll drive to later so you can see that famous landmark. I lived in Calgary for 25 years, so Banff was like my back door playground. And Harmon's, I remember that. It's one of the older shops in Banff, and it's got great photographs of the scenery. You got lots of Asian tourists at this time of year. It's off season. A lot of bus tours still come. It's a good time to be here, actually. Cool as a moose store. Everything you want, it's here. You can see the fall colors. The sun just came out to show them off. It's beautiful. Cascade. And here on the right is a shop called Atmosphere, where they have high-end ski and snowboarding equipment. Anything you want, you can get here. And when you stay in the hotels, they have shuttle buses that will go up to the local ski hills. Lake Louise is only half an hour away from here. Sunshine, Norquay. So there's at least 3 major ski hills here. And this store, the Spirit of Christmas, is open year-round. It's so beautifully decorated. I'm going to take a peek inside. When it starts snowing out, it's really fun to visit this. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? You can get handmade ornaments, giant nutcrackers, lots of mementos of the Rocky Mountains. Oh, I love these little lanterns, these little snow boxes. Quite unusual. I've never seen these before. Just beautiful colors. Look at that. Can't get tired of that. Lots of free park space to enjoy. I thought you might be interested in this sign. This is an actual thing that happens. People get too close to wildlife, thinking they're tame like a zoo, and they get close and take a picture, and then the animal attacks them, and then the animal has to be euthanized because of human stupidity. So these are wild animals. They come down here in the wintertime to graze on the grass or the bushes when it's harsh out. They can't get enough food. And here's a sign: if you approach or entice wildlife, you will be fined $25,000. So it's a serious issue.
Yeah.
This is a new bridge built in 2022. I've never seen this before. So as you can see, I'm standing on the bridge. Here's the handrails. And here's a view of the river that I was talking about, that in the winter, this area, because it's shallow, it freezes over and they use it as a long skating area. That's a great view of Mount Rundle. And that cement bridge is where we'll be driving towards the Banff Springs Hotel. Look at that. You can rent canoes and paddle in this area. There's just so much to do here. The hotel was built at the same time as the railway because they wanted to encourage tourism in the area and encourage use of the railway. So a lot of rich Europeans came here in the early 1900s for their vacations. And that's where you get the Swiss guides working in the Rocky Mountains. Nearby are the hot springs further up on the mountain. Walking distance, but it's better to drive. And there you go, the famous landmark. Inside is a spa, amazing rooms, amazing swimming pool, and in the winter they have great festivals. It's just extra special here in the winter. It's so beautiful.